Gauteng's taxi associations are today expected to give feedback on their peace talks to Roads and Transport MEC Kedibone Diale Tlabela. Earlier this month, the associations agreed to an immediate ceasefire, if you like, in a meeting with the MEC, who threatened to close all taxi ranks affected by the violence. At that time, she said there were about 59 people who had been killed in taxi-related violence since the start of the year. Watching the story is our reporter Calvin Dludla, who's with us now in studio. Thanks for popping by. Great to see you as always. What do we know about what's culminated from these talks and what kind of feedback the MEC can expect?
Good morning to you, Ayanda, and to our SABC viewers. You know, I have found myself doing this taxi violence story for a very long time. Even other colleagues are saying, Calvin, this is your beat now. I've been following this taxi spat, taxi warfare for a very long time. I would remember at the intersection of Mahalefele Road and Ncube Drive in Mfulo, 3 people were gunned down. Those were members of the Vet vs. Rand African Taxi Associations, that is your water. So when we engaged them, they told us that they don't want to speculate that these members of theirs were killed by Nanduwe. But when we engaged the MEC, Diale Tlabela, she did mention that they must talk, they must find an agreement, they must sit down and talk, unless she will be able to close down a taxi rank that are affected. I'm talking about Kwamtetwa informal taxi rank, Dube Station taxi rank, I'm talking about Maheta Garage, I'm talking about Uncle Tom's Hall. Those are the routes that they are fighting for, lucrative routes. We are told that they are highly profitable. So now 2 associations at lockerheads, Nanduwe and Wata on those routes. The MEC is saying to them, okay, I fully understand that you are telling me that a junior employee from the Department of Roads and Transport many years ago committed a mistake that was costly by signing off a deal that warranted one of the associations to operate in that route. So now they don't have a way out. They need to sit down and talk. So now today, the MEC will have to get a clarification on what they spoke about and their agreements. But now the shift now on the story is that today we will have to go to law enforcement agencies, law enforcers, your South African Police Service and criminal experts, because now you would know that the role of the South African Police Service, amongst others, is to restore law and order. You would understand that they do go to some of the taxi ranks and they try by all means to search for weapons and conduct roadblock, but still it doesn't seem like this is happening. Yesterday I was talking to a criminal expert, Andy Mashaile, to be specific. He did mention that the reason why this taxi spat is taking long and it seems as if law enforcers are not winning on it is because some of them are also involved. Judges, magistrates, senior police officials, they own taxis, they are involved in the business, so it becomes difficult for them to also maneuver or make sure that law takes its course in this issue. But today we are expecting the MEC of Roads and Transport, that would be Diale Tlabela, to also have a say on the way forward from now, because you would remember that when the taxi owner was gunned down in a barber shop, she did mention that she wants to close those taxi ranks, but it doesn't help, Ayanda. You would remember in 2019, Ishmael Vadi, the then former MEC of Roads and Transport, I think it was on the 9th of March to the 9th of June, he decided to close taxi ranks, Ishmael Vadi, but it seems as if that didn't work, because when those routes were opened, they started to shoot.
Yeah, and of course the people who ultimately end up getting affected are commuters, right, who are innocent bystanders in all of this. There's been talk for years about even regulating the industry, and something tells me we're going to find ourselves back at that position without real solutions about how to get that right.
Yeah, it's unfortunately when 2 elephants fight, the grass will always suffer. Those people that you are talking about, commuters, they end up being stranded. They don't have a way, they don't have transport to go to work, they struggle. Some of them told the SABC News last time that they have even warnings, Ayanda, that if you don't come to work again, I don't care whether it's a problem, you have a problem with your transport, I don't care, but I need you at work. So if you don't find your way to where you work, then you might find yourself unemployed. So it's a problem for commuters, because in most cases, no one tells them before that this is going to happen, because if they close the taxi rank today, it means that the commuter must make sure that they find their way in. But the government is trying by all means to intervene, but I can tell you that even though Diale Tlabela is saying that she is threatening to close the taxi rank, it didn't help. As I'm saying, VAD tried 3 months and they talked, because you know what, if they close those taxi ranks, the situation becomes more tense and vulnerable, because now it means that tensions will be high. Taxis are not working. You know, a quantum is close to 600,000, 16,000 per month. If your taxi is parked, then it means you are not working. Then tensions will start, emotions will start to boil up, and then the situation continues to be tense. But let us see and hear what criminal experts and SABC are saying on this issue.
Absolutely, a long-standing issue at that. Calvin Dludla, thanks very much indeed for helping us, I suppose, navigate our way through that particular story, given, as we've mentioned, just how much is at stake. Thousands, if not millions of people rely on taxis in the country. It's an industry we simply cannot ignore.